You see Trey Lance as the third pick, or are you more into Justin Fields? Could Mac Jones even
I'm a Mac Jones fan, okay? Mac Jones and Davis Mills are my best quarterbacks after Trevor Lawrence right now. Then Zach Wilson, then Trey Lance, and then Justin Fields. So that's the way I look at things right now in terms of quarterback play. I don't think they draft maybe they're trying to do Kansas City Chiefs here and draft a Trey Lance type or a Patrick Mahomes type in Trey Lance.
Let him sit for a year.
Let him sit like a year. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you have a lame duck in Jimmy, because you had to know that was the case with Alex, but it still was a surprise when that Alex Smith trade happened to Washington. It's still because we didn't see it. We didn't know about Patrick Mahomes. That's the difference. Like they moved up and drafted him at what, 12? Where did Patrick go? 10? 10, I think.
10.
So they moved up to draft him there. But Patrick Mahomes came from a place where he hadn't won, enough games to go to a bowl game. He was explosive, but it was the air raid offense. People weren't taking that seriously. So all the people out there that were like, I knew that Patrick Mahomes was going to be the best player in NFL history.
Yeah.
All right, you're lying. You're selling me a bill of goods right there, because no one did. He also sat an entire year, people. And we saw how good he was when he entered the fray the next year. You're telling me he couldn't have done that the year before? Easily could. Alex Smith was very, very good. You know how good Alex had to have played that year to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field? But soon as Andy Reid saw him in practice and saw him in that game, he played him in the final game of the year, he knew that he had the tiger by the tail, and they had to move Alex Smith out of Kansas City. That's not the case here. I don't think. I think if you move up to 3, I know you traded up, but trading up to 10 and trading up to 3 with what they gave away is a lot more. So that's significant for me. If you go and do this and you draft a quarterback, you may have to look at shipping Jimmy off somewhere, That's the difference in this scenario. I think that's different than the Kansas City situation with Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. So, 2 big blockbuster trades today, revolving around the draft. Of course, my year, San Diego Chargers gave up a lot to get me, and is one of the bigger reasons why, it continues to be a talking point around what you give up to go and get a quarterback if they do not turn into what you expect them to do. We watched it just play out with the Bears and Mitchell Trubisky. Here we go. San Francisco moves up to number 3, most likely to grab a quarterback they have fallen in love with, because they know if chalk flies, they're not going to get the 2 quarterbacks ahead of him in Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. So,
right.
What quarterback do you guys think is the one now for the San Francisco 49ers?
Also, just thinking about this from the Falcons' perspective, they're in the market for a quarterback at number 4.
And I think they like Justin Fields, but I think they really thought Trey Lance was going to be the guy at 4. And now this
kind of throws a huge wrench in that. So now the Jets are sitting here at number 2 with the price going way, way up. They're super happy. Do the Falcons just break the bank and try to go from 4 to 2 to try to get the guy that they want, or do they wait and see who's there at 4? This draft is already the best draft of all time, and it's still a month away.
If the Jets are holding on to Donald, if the Jets are holding on to Sam Darnold, this is a much different conversation. So if the Jets actually
this is nuts.
This is crazy.
Keep Sam Darnold.
Oh.
And trade number 2.
They could. You imagine the amount of equity now they leverage they have now. This is what the number 2 pick will get you guys, or we get if you want.
So
this.
The number 3 pick now has a price tag.
Yep.
Number 3 is worth a top 12 pick in this year's draft, and a 3rd rounder, and 2 number 1
first rounds in the next 2 years.
To move up to number 2, you got to flop a top 10 pick, a 2nd round pick, and at least 2 first round picks.
At least that's the floor.
At least that's the floor.
Yeah. Who would do that?
Who's going to go do that? Atlanta, if they want to get Zach Wilson, they have to do it.
Panthers,
the Panthers.
maybe?
We know David Tepper wants a quarterback. He was in the rumors for Deshaun Watson. What if he ditches Deshaun?
Imagine
goes up
Zach
and gets...
Wilson in Joe Brady's offense.
Oh my God.
That's Joe Burrow.
That is Joe Burrow at LSU.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
That is Joe Burrow at LSU.
I'm watching him throw right now. You know what I joke. You're in your shorts and you're tossing it around. He's as fluid as any of the quarterbacks out there. He looks the part.
I mean, this guy could be an A-list actor. He is.
This is.
I mean, yeah, I was just saying.
Good-looking kid.
I mean, this.
Well,
yeah.
we're all handsome.
Well, that's not going to help you on the football field, though.
It does with commercials and brand awareness.
Well, that's fine, but when it's 4th and 12, your good looks
I'm
is not going to get
everybody
you
out there.
that first
Brand
down.
awareness, people. Sweat Taylor.
I mean, that's my life. Brand
Yeah.
awareness.
That's true.
It's like,
He looks good. He looks good.
Looks great. Looks amazing.
I mean, he looks like he's like 15. But I'm 55 now, so I'm old.
Is that picture photoshopped?
Seriously, I think that's the first time I've ever seen him. He looks 12.
Thank you, TJ. That's why.
Well, we're kids. We're 21 years old. I mean, he may be older, but
Bro, he don't look.
young.
He looks like he's a junior high still.
hey, I got told by a viewer the other day I look younger now than I did at 22, so I like that.
yeah, we like that.
We like that around here.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.